Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this video. This is my technically my second video, but I don't know if I am going to post the first video. So it might be the first video. Anyway, on this video, I am planning on doing a flight with the 737 from PMDG. And at the moment I'm sitting here at Billund in Denmark, and this is prepared version 3.2, running with Orbex Global and Active Sky Next, and this is a flight for the KLM virtual group. Go check them out if you didn't. Very nice group. Not going to say much else about it because I don't know how much I can say about it. And yes, so this is a standard flight which should actually be departing at 9:20 GMT, which would be 11:20 local time. But at the moment it's a little bit later, it's like 15, so 3 p.m. local time. So you're not really following the schedule because real life gets in the way. But anyway, it's a flight that happens I think 3 times a day, so no big deal if you do it outside of the original schedule. So I think we will jump into the cockpit and get the things going. So yeah, I think, oh yeah, and I'm probably not going to do the video like the full video because that would be way too long. So I'm just going to show the startup procedure and a time lapse of the taxi probably. And then on the cruise, I'm just gonna cut it out because no one wants to see an airplane flying by itself in pretty much a straight line. And then we'll be coming back on landing. So that's pretty much my plan. I don't think I'm gonna change it right now. So first things first, let's get that out of the way. We align the IRSs and turn on the yaw damper. There we go. We arm the emergency lights and, damn it, turn on the seat belts. Oh yeah, and put that in auto. It's always in open, I think, but I will switch it to auto. And now we can go down here and set up our fuel and payload, which I get directly from KLM, from the KLM website. So today we have 5,112 kilograms of total fuel, which means our center tank is pretty much empty. It has a 0 value there, so yeah, it's empty. Now the payload will be carrying 11 passengers in the first class and 129 passengers in the so-called coach class. We also have 2992, which isn't the air pressure cargo. That's pretty much ironic. And 3171 kilograms on the back of the plane. So that's all set. So it loads instantly. Which means we can already close the doors, so we don't forget that. Which I actually did one day, and it was pretty bad. I had to turn around to the airport. I don't want to do that again. And yeah, I'll leave it in the ground connections page. So the next step I do is set up the flight management computer, which obviously it doesn't have the up-to-date nav data as always. Even though I'd update it, sometimes it always goes to another update which I don't do. So that's our reference airport is Echo Kilo Bravo India. It's Billund, and we are on gate 35. This flight will actually be departing on gate 36, but the scenery doesn't have it, so GG for that. Next step, we'll set our left GPS in here, and everything is online, so that's great. Our route will be from here to Amsterdam, which pretty much all KLM flights go from somewhere to Amsterdam or from Amsterdam to somewhere. That's pretty funny. Now I don't know which runway we are departing, so I will get. First, I need to set the Unicom because we have no ATC today. I'm flying offline because I don't know if my system can handle so much stuff like recording, running the flights, and running the online stuff. So I think it is 118.77. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, we have Foxtrot, and we're reporting runway 27, which we set down here, and you can already see it sits down here, and we can match our heading to that, which, let's zoom in a little bit, looks pretty good to me. So next page we set up the route, which I also got from KLM. So we are going firstly direct to Micro via the departure, obviously, to Micro, and we're going via November 873. November 873, we are going over to Tuska, which, by the way, if you don't know, these here are like waypoints in the GPS. And this here are pretty much like airways, so routes airplanes fly. So I'm pretty much telling like go via this route from here to here, pretty much right. So the next route is UN 873. So UN 873, and we're going to Juiced. So where is it? Juiced. Then we're going up 174 towards EEL, and we can activate and execute that. And zoom out and see. Okay. Now next step, we set up our departure. So departure, runway 27, and we're going for the Micro 2 Alpha departure. Can execute that. And then we see the performance. So 0 fuel weight with request, 58 tons. Our cruise altitude today is pretty interesting. Flight level 396. I think it's the first time they give me an altitude, so flight level, which isn't like round up like 390 or 380, it's like 396. But anyway, you can live with that. You have to follow it. Our reserves today are 1.1 tons of fuel. And our cost index is 30. Just a standard one. Secure that, secure that. Oh, and our transition altitude. Gotta find out my transition altitude. Should be here. 3,000 feet. Gotta get it from the charts. 3,000. Nothing to do here. Next step, N1 limit. We have a slight dew rate here. All good. So our N1 takeoff N1 is 94.8. The takeoff page, we're going flaps 5. Set those speeds. Set 146 in here. And request our trim. And that's pretty much it. Now we can go back to the startup procedure, so you can set the cruise altitude plus 500 in here, so 40,000, and we can stop those lights because otherwise they'd kill me. Get all the fuel pumps running. Our spark is gonna be 2,000 because we aren't flying with any air traffic control. And now we can pretty much wait for the APU to come online. And since it's 16 degrees, we can turn on the window heaters and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. Also, we can set the cruise altitude in here. We have no step clamps. So 39, 600. Yeah, can turn on the flight director, the auto throttle, OVRR needles. That the EPU is available. Switch on the EPU. Reach the ground power. Set parking brake. And remove everything. And just double check the doors are closed because I don't want to feel right out in the air. And whoops. Next step will be the pushback. We'll be pushing back straight 60 meters. And just let me double check everything down here. So that's on, that's all on. That should be off, that should be off. Those three are on. And I'm pretty tired. Oh, that's such a reminder. Yeah, pretty much set up for pushback. So let's talk to ground.
And ground, cockpit.
Go ahead, Captain.
We're all set to go up here. We've been cleared to push and start at your discretion.
Roger that, ready for push. Power and air are clear, doors closed. We are ready for pushback. Please parking brake, please.
Brake released.
Okay, parking brake is on, cleared to push.
And we can start a clock. Yeah, there you go. Time is started.
Brakes off, here we go.
And yeah, now we are pushing back out of the gate. Runway 27 is over there, so we will be probably doing it going out to the right. Now we can start engine number 2. And put in the engine page. So for the engine startup, we're going to watch the N2, which is this number here. Once it reaches 25%, we're going to turn on the fuel just over here. 22, 23, 24, 25, there goes the fuel. You can see the fuel coming on over here. And listen to those sounds.
push is complete. Set parking brake, please.
Alright, brakes are set and pressure's normal.
Auto set.
Okay, sir. Tow bar is on. Pin is out. Watch the pin on the right.
Alright guys, thanks. You're cleared to disconnect. We will be watching for the pin and the release from guidance on the right side of the airplane, and we'll see you guys next time through.
Roger that. Have a good flight.
Alright, so the switch click, we can start engine number 1. It's pretty much the same, it just tends to be a little bit quicker. And 22, 23, 24, 25, there goes the fuel. There we go. Engine number 2 is coming online. You can turn here, go to the menu. I like to let that progress. So you can see we're probably going to have about 3 tons of fuel. So we're probably using less than half of the fuel we have on board, which is great. And now engine number 1 is online. You can switch on the generators, switch on the packs, and oh but damn it, then switch off the EPU. I have no idea what I clicked at. I hope it's nothing. And we can ditch the EPU. You'll see coming off here. I don't need the engines page anymore. Can move that. That's what I meant. And EPU switching off pretty soon. Now I can switch on the probes and the hydraulics. There we go. Everyone's all pressurized. No warnings. Get the recall. Nothing on the recall. So that's pretty much it. Now we get the our taxi lights on. And we can figure out our way to the runway, which we can do by over here. So we'll take this taxiway here, and then we'll take this taxi over here to the runway. Pretty easy. So let's do this. Brake off. And yeah, let's get moving. You can also unlock and unlock, never mind, we can't. What we can do is on the auto brake and get the flaps down. 1, 2, and 5, there we go. Also, another thing, if you're wondering what I'm using to control everything, I'm flying with the mouse and the keyboard. Nothing pretty crazy. Only a little bit more advanced thing I'm using, so the brakes are set to my Logitech G27 brake pedal for more precise control. But that's pretty much it, nothing more than that. No idea why that's not turning on. It should be. I'm actually thinking that first waypoint is wrong. Let me have a look in here. Legs. That's actually interesting. Let's. I have no idea. I'm just going to forward take off page again. I'm going to fly the manual all the way up. So the computer decided it wants to help me. What else that to say? Else that I shouldn't go over 20 knots ground speed. Come on, can stay under it. Let's have a look outside again. Very nice indeed. Come on, boy. You're slow. I know you wanna take off, but it's not the time. So now you can get traffic in here, get weather in here, get terrain over there. So it doesn't look like there's anything too crazy going around. Weather is empty. Can't see any clouds around here, which means those clouds are just standard clouds. Nothing too crazy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. So also this KLM paint I'm using, it comes from the PMDG library thing, so you can download it from there. There are all three 737 versions. KLM operates all the 700, 800 and 900 series. So you can get all those paints from the PMDG library or whatever it's called, the software, the management thing. So we are on the runway, or holding short. We'll get those lights on. If you can come off because they don't like, KLM doesn't like that. Strobe light can come on. Can ding the cabin. It's all set. No one is landing because we don't have traffic active. And we can line up the runway we want. In the 737 you don't arm the spoilers for takeoff. They arm themselves automatically. So there's no need for that. Yeah, here we are. Line up. And I don't think I missed anything. Over here. No. She's not our can recall, but she is active, squad's active. New speeds are set, all the throttles aren't. So, yeah. Oh, that's just me double check if the. Yeah. It's recording me correctly. Let me get 50% thrust. and then click Toga. There we go. Takeoff thrust is set. Engines are stable. Whoa. Don't lag out on me. Don't lag out on me, please.
V1.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
V2.
There we go. Don't exceed 15 degrees. Stable climb. Gear comes up. I can cruise this. Okay, awesome. On those. Oh, and we have to start a clock. I did forget something. God damn it. Also, I'm not using checklists, in case you're wondering. I just think they take too long, so I just do it by myself the way I like it, and it does work, so please don't go winning about it or whatever. I know I should follow checklists, and in real life I will do that, but not in a flight sim when I'm just enjoying my time. So now we have a stable climb. Can switch on the autopilot and let the computer do its stuff. We can also go to standard pressure and go. A little bit of shakiness here. Can go flaps 1. Get that off. And go flaps up. And there we go. There we go. Switch off the ignition. And we're done. Now we can just enjoy our views of Denmark, Billund. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm just saying what I'm reading. And I also hope you can still hear me, because it sounds pretty loud from the flight sim. However, and yeah. So yeah, let's enjoy that climb out. Shall we? Okay, so we just reached 10,000 feet. So we can get the landing lights off. Can get the seatbelts to auto. And we'll be increasing our speed to 497 knots. And that's pretty much everything. Now we can enjoy our cruise. So yeah, hope you enjoy the flight, and we see ourselves when we reach a decent point right here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a pretty short flight, so we are still climbing here via flight level 290 going to 390, I mean 396, but as you can see down here, our top of climb and top of descent are pretty much together, so we won't have time during cruise to program a descent. We have to do it now, so that's what we need to do. So we will be landing today on the LS 18 center, and yes, I know normally we would be landing on 18 right, but I really like the landing on 18 center. I think you can see the airport a lot better, and it's visually more pleasing. And since we don't have traffic or ATC, it's pretty much our call. So we're going on that one, and we're going via the Billund 1 Alpha, which is this one here, and transition is our tip. I actually the other one is just execute that. Next page, see. Okay, there are nothing broken on the flight plan. So yeah, can we go back to our still climbing reference, and as you can see, as we are climbing, the engines get pushed more and more, but the fuel flow is still pretty low. We're about 3.8 tons per hour. We're pretty good, and as you can also see, our top of descent has moved a little bit to the front. You can see here our approach. So yeah, life's good, and we'll see ourselves back at top of descent. I mean top of climb / top of descent. And yeah, weather is also good by now. Okay, so now we are just reaching our cruise altitude over here, and as you can see, which is pretty funny, our top of climb and top of descent are pretty much overlaying themselves over here, which means that we won't even have a cruise moment. We're going directly to the descent step. So what we can do right now is is our altitude to be 1,000 feet. Actually, let's leave it 10,000 for now. I think we'll be so any moment the viewer should be starting. Oh, never mind. Yep, there you go. That's what happens when you have like the top of climb and top of descent all together. Like the computer goes crazy. So I have no idea who did this flight plan. But I really think it's not necessary to go all the way to almost the maximum cruise altitude of a 737-800, you know. But what can I do? So as you can see, we are now actually above our target descent path, actually way above it. And yeah, what can I do? The VNAV disengaged, it got to altitude hold because I had to reset altitude. It was still climbing, but the descent was just in front of us. So I really don't know what I could have done there. Maybe someone else knows how to deal with such a situation better than the way I did. So yeah, now we are descending. The descent, for those that don't know, this type of aircraft, they program themselves to fly as high as possible for the longest possible time. So at this point we are pretty much with the engines idling, and it will try to descend as fast as possible, and it calculated it so it can descend as fast as possible and still meet the target altitudes or flight levels. So it should get at our tip and be at 10,000 or below. So it aims for that and will descend as quickly as possible towards that. So it starts its descent at the latest possible time. So yeah, we are 25 minutes into the flight. I think 37 minutes after we departed the gate. This flight was scheduled to take 1 hour and 10 minutes from gate to gate, I imagined. So yeah, I don't know, let's see if you can match the target. Well, we are now reaching 10,000 feet mark, which means two things. First, we gotta reset that to, I like to put it 1,000. But there's another thing. If you look here, you see those two green dots, and you see we are over 250 knots. So by the standards, for those of you that don't know, by the standards of it's like an international law, all aircraft have to be under 250 knots when they are below 10,000 feet. And so you can see the computer is now between those two dots. It's going to slow us down to 240 knots as we reach 10,000 feet, and it does it by itself. So yeah, and we should be under 10,000 feet by the time we reach our tip, which is about here. So everything seems to be going smoothly as planned. Another thing we have to do, switch on the seatbelt, switch on the landing lights. Now we have to program our landing. So we're going flaps 40, all the flaps. Well, this is 109.5, which was set, was set over here. 109.5, it's about here, and Should I know the runway heading? Oh yeah, it's here, 183. So we set 183 down here and also down here. Okay. So we have that, and yeah, I still don't know that. I don't think we're going to do that now. So I also have the deceleration altitude here. But now here comes the interesting part, and so I have to go. Oh no, never mind, I don't. So here comes the interesting part, which is this approach to Schiphol, Amsterdam. As you can see, let me make this bigger. The approach takes us to the airport. From the airport there is a left turn, and we make this whole loop to line up with the ILS itself. So I don't know what the deal about it is. I think in real life ATC will give you vectors for the ILS, so like cut through here and things like that. But still, since we don't have ATC today, I have to follow this, I think. And yeah, so it takes a while to do this approach, but I think we have to live with that. So also, I don't know if I said it. I don't think I have. There's this deceleration point, which seems to be a little bit out, because if we start decelerating here, it will take ages to get to the runway, so we'll just ignore that. And I don't think there's anything else to say. We will have a landing speed of 137 knots. And we are inside the fuel range. We had reserves of 1.1, so we still have well over 1 ton of fuel to spare. Over the spare fuel, so that's a lot of fuel. And yeah, as you all can also tell, we are inside clouds, weather haven't cooperated. But I think those clouds will sparse out as we keep descending. So yeah, I think we'll cut a little bit later when we reach about this point here. So we'll see. Okay, so we're back a little bit later. We're not better. So I was thinking here, since we don't have any traffic or anything, I don't think there's any problem if we cut the approach short directly to Echo Hotel 630. So that's pretty much what I think I'm gonna do right here. Well, the question here is, yeah, let's do this. There's no question. Shoot through here. Is that right? Yeah. Let's execute that. Now we'll be descending harder, and here we can see, I think that's Rotterdam port of Rotterdam, and then the frame rate's going crazy. Oh my god. Amsterdam doesn't seem to like my system, or my system doesn't like Amsterdam. Just a little bit unfortunate. Also, we can now start to get the flaps down. So flaps 1, and we lose the air brake to increase the rate of descent. So we're going flaps 1 there. This one is set. And we go flaps 2. Can go flaps 5. You see the speed coming down. Also, I think I'll have to open out a little bit the approach so we can trade out that speed and altitude. Going heady select, you can see the airports over here. Go flaps 10 and the rest of the flaps come down when you're lined up with the runway. You can see here we are 4,000 feet above the target altitude. But that's no problem, we can deal with that. There is runway 18 right, which should be the active runway for landings, but we're not going to take it because 1, it's isolated from the airport, and 2, because it's isolated of the airport, the taxi is just crazy long, you know. It takes ages. So yeah, I don't want to deal with that. So make a right turn here. It's right on with the LS. As you can see, we all have already got down 2,000 feet. Well, just 2,000 feet too high. It's no big deal. No big deal. We can also set the pressure, which is 2991. And there you can see the runway we'll be landing at. A nice view of the city of Amsterdam. Okay, now we can go gear down. Mission to continuous. Reading the cabin. Still a little bit high. All the brakes go to 2. Flaps can go 30. Let's get that back to the reference page. And flaps full. Still have the air brakes out to get the best rate of descent. And VOR localizer. It's pretty much checked. Flap set. This is still open. You can actually close that and arm it. Auto brakes are down. And all that. Now go approach mode. Okay, so it detected the glide slope. Now let's watch those peppy lights. There you go. We're back on the glide slope, which is great.
1,000.
Crossing 1,000 feet. I'm going to take out the autopilot and manually fly the airplane. So I'm manually flying the airplane on the runway. But I still have auto throttle on, in case you're wondering. A little bit of crosswind here. With the auto throttle out. A little bit high. And back on the right. Watching out for that speed. Going for a gentle touchdown. Also, I don't have any rudders control.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, there we are. Either reverse, come on. Yep, there we go. And get it back. As I said, I don't have rudder control, so I have to do it with the mouse also. Reverse is out. And can get the auto brake off, manual braking. And we'll take this next exit of the runway. So I don't know. I think I did actually have quite a bump there, but obviously the flight sim lagged at the last moment, so I lost a little bit of control of the aircraft, which is not ideal, but we survived, so everything's good. I probably can get exactly how the landing was from the KLM website later. So let me just think here. We have to go over there. So take this to the right here. Yeah. Can stop over here. And yeah, Amsterdam skiffle plays around with my frame rate. Can get the air brakes down again. Get the flaps up. There we go. All the brakes can come off. Those can come off. Strobe lights to continuous. Taxi and runway turn off come on. And the APU goes into start mode, and you can stop the clock just under 1 hour from takeoff to landing. And now I have to figure out where my gate is. It's gate Delta 3, and where are the parking trucks? There we go, where's Delta 3? Oh wow. Okay, yeah, there's Delta 3. Okay. So let's do this. One of the longest taxis in the world. Gotta love it. probably going to put this in a time lapse because it's a really long taxi. So see you guys at the gate. Okay, so here we are at the KLM area, which is the Delta apron. And our gate is the last one to the left, which is great because we have to take some while still. So yeah, if you saw those trucks over there, that is where de-icing happens in case snow or in case you have conditions for water to turn into ice or something like that, and the airplanes have to be taken care of. With the products, everyone has to go over there and they will spray all those products over the fuselage. Yeah, and this whole thingy here seems to be the KLM area. It's like a fork format thing around here, and all those gates are used by KLM. Also in the background over there, I don't know if you could see that, but there we had the KLM cargo hub. It's a pretty big thing. So now you're here, turn off all those lights so you don't blind the ground crew, even though I don't have any ground crew there, but we'll just say we have someone there showing where to park. I don't have ground simulator X, GSX or anything like that. So I just have to use our imagination that the ground crew is standing around here, waiting for the plane. Coming slow, trying to stop at the right moment, the right momentum. I think he's good. And we go to idle. Set parking brake. Transponder comes off. Comes on. Let's come off. Can switch to the EP generator. Pressurize the hydraulics. Turn off the pilot. Window heaters. And now we can kill both engines. There we go. And now we can stop the clock. Oh, 9 minutes late. Unfortunate. I actually don't know how pilots do that, but I'm not a real live pilot, just a flight sim pilot, so I gotta deal with that. I'm always about 10 minutes late. Unless something bad happens, then I'm really late, but normally I'm just a little bit late, a little bit too slow, I don't know. And yeah, now I can open this guy. Got all the ground connections, and power, air conditioning, and all that good stuff. Can connect the ground power, which the APU can can switch off all the fuel pumps because APU isn't running. Nothing is using fuel. We still have 2.2 tons of fuel, so exactly double the amount we had in the reserves. Turn off the parking brake, so we have wheel trucks now. We can request the bridge to come. There it comes, just teleporting there. Nothing out of normal. It always happens in aviation, you know. These bridges just jump around, and we can open our doors. I can hear the door open. Sound changes, pretty cool. And lastly, we can go and put off all computers off. And there we go. That was our flight from Billund to Amsterdam Schiphol with the KLM 737 and just there we go. Now it's better. Let me just try to find the best angle, but life isn't helping. There we go. Very nice. Everything. You can actually also switch off the beacon. Not bad. There we go. Now we're all set. That was the flight. I'm probably gonna put on the screen how my landing was. And yes, see you guys next time. Thank you a lot. Bye.